It's your boy Stevie Jobber. It's your boy Dangerous Duke. The Dangerous Jobbers podcast. Wait a one. The boy Stevie Jobber. Dangerous Duke. Stay dangerous.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am your boy Stevie Jobber.
I'm your boy Dangerous Duke.
And this is the Dangerous Jobbers podcast, bringing wrestling to you one podcast at a time. Is that how it goes?
You know this, homie.
All right. Oh, all right. Welcome back to the pod, homie. So wait. There's a lot that has transpired in the past weeks, weekends, WrestlePalooza, All In, and all of that is great. But for the next 15 to 20, we're focused on the PWI top 10 of the PWI 500. The magazine, of course, coming later this year, but the list dropping officially sometime in September for whatever reason, right? September still. So for the first time, I looked this up and I'm able to see the criteria in like the first year that we don't have the magazine, which is most years. But I'm going to read you the criteria because I feel like a lot of the times we don't get to when we do this. So the criteria, kayfabe, is win-loss records, championships won, the quality of competition, the major feuds, storylines. I believe they say, what is this? Overall wrestling ability and prominence within a wrestler's promotion. And the time frame, which we usually don't have, August 1st to July 31st. Of 2025. So August of last year to July of this year.
Okay.
That being said, number 10, the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay.
Yeah. Given the criteria, as you put it, I feel like 10 is a good spot for him. I think that's definitely deserving. Definitely didn't need to be left off the top 10. So if we're starting out with Will Ospreay at number 10, I'm very much okay with that. And mind you, I'm going into this blind. You know what the order is. I don't know what the order is. That's usually how we do this. But 10 for Will Ospreay is not bad. I'm very happy with that.
I like Ospreay at 10. He didn't blow us, so well, the matches did.
Yeah.
But if we're ranking it on, the championships, the storylines, he came in hot. He did. But there wasn't a ton of stories.
Yeah, it was just more.
There was a lot of news.
Yeah, it was just more quality of performance.
So I'm okay with him being a 10. I actually feel like anything more than 10 probably would have been putting too much on it. Speaking of putting too much on it, Mystico is at number 9.
Mystico. Probably would have left Mystico off the top 10, just me personally. Not to say he had a bad year by any means, but I feel like there was other people and other promotions that I would put over Mystico. Probably even in the same promotion that I would put over Mystico. So yeah, that's where I'm at on it.
It is a tough 15. I'll tell you that. I'll say Mystico had a lot of, and I think we undermine this sometimes, the CMLL aspect of things. And I think the MLW aspect of things he was doing really well. So to the like unnatural wrestling eye, he had a great year. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where like we don't see it, but mm, I guess you can feel it. Like when they had the CMLL event, when they crossed with AEW and Mystico came out, the pop was amazing. And for us, it's like Sin Cara. But like, I mean, at the same time, we have to look at, some of these people, they leave and they go to where they're from and they become huge, and we
Mm-hmm.
can't deny that. So not to say that Mystico wasn't impressive. I watched Mystico through the year. He's I mean, you
Yeah, but there's other people I would put above Mystico though. But
know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just don't think of Mystico as a quality match guy. I mean, not that I
maybe
don't, and I watch a lot of Lucha Libre, guys. I'm
maybe
not
for
gonna hold
Mexico.
you.
Maybe for Mexico.
Yeah, like maybe like I would have to see, like, if you're a CMLL guy or just a general whatever, wherever he's having these amazing matches from. If you can put in the comments his best matches of the year, that'd be great. I'll check him out. I think I'm gonna start doing watch alongs for that, for like indie matches that I really needed to see.
Mm.
Number 8, Seth in
Ooh, number 8, Seth Rollins. Um, Definitely top 10 deserving. Uh, put on great matches. Had his moments where he was hot and cold.
Mhm.
At the moment, right now, obviously, he's probably the hottest he's been in a while. I don't know if I'm okay with him being here, or if I want to put him slightly higher out of bias.
Mhm.
So let's just say for now, I'm all right with him being at 8. But again, hell of a year, hell of a 2024, 2025 time frame. His 2025 definitely has been the year for Seth by leaps and bounds.
Mhm.
So if we're basing it just off of 2025, then yeah, he's been great.
When did, because I'm thinking he's got to be 8, of course, because he wasn't champ a lot of that time, I don't believe.
Yeah,
Gunther was champ, Damien was champ, Seth just got the belt back.
Jimmy
So
was champ, or not Jimmy, Jay was champ.
Jay was champ at one, yeah, yeah. So it wasn't exactly a short comeback to the title. That's why I guess you would put him at 8. And yeah, but that's not to say he wasn't having a bad time.
Yeah,
Since Mania, he had a really good stretch.
but he
But
was
I guess
also
if
in
you
a.
count,
I was gonna say even before Mania, he had his little beef with Roman, his beef with Punk, and then even after it just got even better. So
yeah,
I got to take that into account.
I don't mind Seth at 8. How do you feel about Swerve at 7?
Swerve at 7. Swerve, like Swerve. Damn, I kind of want Swerve to be higher.
Nah,
Not much higher. I mean,
nah.
not much higher, but maybe. Okay, okay. Well, because I'm trying to like play the advocate and think of okay, who could be ahead, and there's at least maybe 3 people in my mind off the bat for sure that I'm putting ahead of Swerve. But the quality of
Mhm.
match Swerve put on with people was insane. And that's why it's tough for me to be like, damn, we're only there. Okay.
That's exactly why I think he should be there, man. That's
And
all he's
that
had.
and that was
That's all
what
he's
you
had in
said.
that
That
time frame.
what number was he at?
7.
Yeah, see, I don't know. Okay, okay. Well, all right, we'll say 7. Not mad at it, but
Because
it's just tough because I got to think of everybody else who might be ahead of him or might not be ahead of him.
I think of him like I think of Seth. Like this year, he didn't get to the gold a lot of that time. A lot of this year was reflecting on not getting back there as soon as he thought he probably would have. Um, so I would put a lot of it to quality of match.
Yeah, and that's damn this criteria.
That being said, weird turnaround. Number six is Jey Uso.
Just said
Yeah,
something
look how
about
quickly
Jay
that
too.
180. Yeah, look at that.
um, okay, so Jay being at 6, I'm thinking of it as match quality, not the greatest compared to some of the people who were named previous before him.
Maybe any.
Moment, like in the moment stuff, arguably probably one of the biggest people moving merch and winning over arenas and stuff like that. Probably one of the better ones on the list.
Mhm.
So I definitely don't put him in the top 5. No offense to him, but I could see him in the top 10.
Mm.
Kind of, kind of, kind of tough, but I could see him in the top 10.
Given that I have to pass on number five, I'll say that Jay should be where Jay is. Um, for all the reasons Swerve should have, for all the other reasons that Swerve should be at 7.
Why? Who's
Swerve
5?
should be there for match quality. Jay should be at 6 for everything else. Um, the crowd intensity, the feuds, because everyone was so behind him, the merch, the people. You can hate all you want online, but anytime you turned on the show to see him and you heard the arena, if you
Mm-hmm.
had the volume on, it was pandemonium every time. Like it, I don't want to say it's akin to glass breaking, but it does feel like that. It does feel like it's akin to like The Rock coming out. Like this is the biggest. Like Roman was different. Roman has a thing now where he has this kind of aura about him, but it was never the same type of like, I don't know, jump out of your seat, you know what I mean? Whole arena excitement kind of deal, the way that it is with Jay.
Mm-hmm.
So for all the other reasons, Jay should be at 6. But as far as in ring quality, yeah, I wouldn't be so on the bag in there. But I mean, hey, you when you do everything else well and you can wrestle his style of match, which is not uncommon. It'll actually, I think we'll recircle back to that style of wrestling where you're kind of like not the most technical or diverse guy, but
Mm-hmm.
you kind of wrestle around your opponents
Yeah.
to make the story of the match. Um, I think he does that adequately enough for everything else to propel him to a place where he could be a 6. And he was
Okay.
world champ, dude. First
Yeah.
world title. Number 6. Um, all right, so tell me, I said I got to pass on number 5. Number 5 is, give me 1 second here. Number 5 is uh Haruki Goto. Goto or Gato?
Haruki Goda. Haruki Goda.
Haruki Goto. Number 5 is Haruki Goto. You may know more about him than I do. I know zero about Goto. I'm
I know
lacking.
The
in that one
last
of
thing
nine,
the last thing I remember
one of
from
10.
Goda was he wrestled Sabre Jr. for the IWGP title at Wrestle Kingdom, and I believe he's hurt at the moment.
Mm,
I want to say he got hurt back in like April.
mm,
I want to say it's like
okay.
April or May he got hurt, but I do know he was the one at Wrestle Kingdom this year fighting Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP title. I know that
Okay.
much about Goda, and I
Okay.
think it was like April or May he got hurt.
Okay. So
I,
I got to do my homework.
yeah,
I've
don't
been
know. I don't
very,
know much
listen,
about Goda either, but I know he wrestled at Wrestle Kingdom in the main event, and then he got hurt at some point, and that's why he doesn't have the IWGP title.
yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I got to brush up on my everything. DPW, New Japan, MLW, everything but TNA, WWE, and AEW. I'm pretty fresh on all the regular platforms, but I even fell off of NWA. Like, I got to get back in everything. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
number 4, Hangman Page. A man we've talked about a lot over that general time span, even. I almost feel like he should be higher, but given the time frame it took for Hangman to get back to the top, yeah, four is probably right. Four is probably right.
I've talked a lot of shit on Hangman Adam Page over the course of said year,
Mm.
and I'm gonna say right here that I agree with you. I think Hangman should be higher. Um, for as much shit as I talk on him for being vanilla and kind of boring, it's just me poking fun at him.
Hmm.
Hangman has hit a point where he's made a almost remarkable turnaround as far as where people were perceiving him to be.
Hmm.
And I think that in itself, and the quality of match he's been putting on with Swerve and other people like that, definitely deserving to be high on the list. So I'm not mad at it. I'm actually pretty happy that he's this high.
I'm very pleased that Tony Khan has been able to create really good beginnings and endings to his stories
Mm-hmm.
when they're good ones. Um, the ending of the story of who is Hangman and the ending of the story of who is the one to beat Moxley
Mm-hmm.
ended nicely together. Creating, I don't know if that was by design, and I'm sure like people may say that it was, but I don't know that that's true. Didn't feel like it was true the whole time we were going through it,
Mm-hmm.
but it created a very nice ending. Much like Swerve and Hangman, Page has done really well with whatever they've given him, and maybe most of the time they just given him crap, and we've given him crap for it because it seems like his character has gone nowhere. But finding out who he is, coming full circle, being the man at the top, taking it from Moxley, which is a full circle thing in itself. We'll get back to. Uh, yeah, Heyman did a lot. Heyman did a lot over that time, and he really used Swerve, to propel himself back into who he needed to be, man. So a lot
Absolutely.
of credit there. A lot of credit there. Somebody I'm never not impressed with. Gunther is number 3.
Oh yeah. How the hell did I forget? Yeah, Gunther definitely needs to be up there. And at number three too, yeah, that's a pretty deserving spot. Gunther had himself a great last year and a great year this year too. You figure the stuff he was doing with Jay, I would argue that he was carrying that most of the time. In fact, more often than not, it was Gunther carrying the whole load of everything. And
Which,
you
yeah,
could say Gunther even made Jay in a sense.
what's amazing to your point is I think Gunther, had he had a more charismatic character, could have been number one. I mean, he's never really been beatable.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So he's always carried a weight, especially this far along in his world championship run at the time, because it started in August and ended in July. So this is a lot of the time that Gunther was champ.
yeah.
So I think he had a more charismatic character. He probably could have been number one this year with the reign that he was going on, but I think that is also by design that Gunther is not the flashy guy, the charismatic
Yeah.
guy. Gunther is Gunther.
Had
He's
he
a
stayed,
problem. He's a force. You know what I'm saying? He's not there for the games.
yeah, I was gonna say, had he stayed on the role he was on, I think he definitely would have been number one. But the fact that Gunther started to not fizzle out towards the end, but
Hmm.
started to just like they started to like take their foot off of the gas a little bit with Gunther, and they had him doing like the side quest with Goldberg and stuff like that. I think that is probably what knocked him down to three. But had he just
Yeah,
been on a consistent, like not even just pressing the gas and flooring it, just had he just been at that steady speed, I think he definitely could have been number one, even without being as charismatic as he needed to be. But that's just
yeah.
my opinion.
I think what saves him is just it's the quality of match. It's the quality of mic work still.
Yes.
And it's also the numbers. Like Gunther
Mm,
is there to put up numbers. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? If nothing else, he's there to dominate. He's there to, I don't know. I'm thinking of a basketball player to compare him to, but Shaq,
Yeah, I would say he's like a
even
Shaq.
though he's like a Shaq. Like he's,
You could even say he's like a Jokic.
hmm
He's not
hmm
flashy in any means, but he's gonna give you the numbers. He's gonna give you that triple double.
he's going to put up those numbers. So Gunther had a great year. Three is perfect for him considering 2-1. Even though I feel like I could argue about 2-1. Number two, Jon Moxley. I say yes and no to this for two reasons. I could argue he's number one, but I'll get your thoughts.
Has he been number one before? I believe he has, right?
Has he? Has Jon Moxley been number one before?
I feel
I
like
don't
he
know. If
has.
you're watching it, put it in the comments. I don't know.
Um,
Has Moxley been number one before?
but
I don't feel like he has.
I'm okay with two
Hmm.
because I'm sensing the pattern now, and I now that you said Moxley's two, I know who number one is. Um, I don't even think this was Moxley's best year. I
Mm.
think Moxley, like, this was a great year for Moxley. Don't get me wrong. I don't even think this was the best year that Mox has had with AEW. I think there's been other years where Mox has had better years, more exciting years, more like holy, you know what years.
Hmm.
Um, but again, not to take away from this year he's had a great year. I just think Mox has had better years. So for you to say, you like it and you don't like it that he's number one, I think, I mean, now because I know who one is, I'm okay with Mox being at two, just because I know how they're gonna work it and how their criteria fits in.
Hmm.
Mox at number two is not a bad thing.
So I'll say this: it's a good. I'm okay with it, and I'm not okay with it. I feel like Mox should probably be at number two because there was a lot of criticism on his title reign,
Mm-hmm.
but his quality of matches. I mean, I don't even know if you can do. I mean, you can in AEW, but nobody really does Moxley's style like Moxley. He's going on the run that he's been on. Let me just speak to that. That really is why I feel like he should be number one.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of criticism over Mox's reign. There's been a lot of criticism over Cody's reign, um, which at times feels really weird. Um, but to continue my point, Mox, I feel like had a better character purpose that was a little more through line, even if the people he was up against kind of fell victim to happenstance. You see, if
Mm-hmm.
you see what I'm saying. Mox's design for that group for becoming champion, the way that he became champion, the symbolism of the briefcase, not taking the side plates off, the call to action for all the people that were supposed to be somebodies in the business that weren't in the company,
Mm-hmm.
that he felt like needed to step their game up, and the way it kind of brought like a shock to the system, so to speak.
No pun intended.
I feel like that should put him at number one because the purpose of his run, I feel like, was better than Cody's. But at the same time, I see why number one is number one. But I just argue that for the quality of match, for the quality of star that Mox is now, where
Mm-hmm.
he's like he really is Stone Cold if Stone Cold found a way to be a heel. That basically is what Mox is.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of take no prisoners attitude, and he does still have sort of a pure heart. It's just like a vindictive pure heart that's like very edgy, and and it's a very brass Stone Cold style of character, but it's somehow able to be the villain that you can root for,
Mm-hmm.
but closer to the villain because he just does too many unspeakable things. But the purpose is there and the influence is there when he sticks up for the people here and there, like Chris Statlander, and like him as a character is much more defined than I think Cody's been through.
It's like,
After Kevin Owens, the arc of Cody's title reign really kind of took a dip.
mm-hmm.
And I feel all the criticism on Cody's side is valid, where I feel like a lot more should be appreciated on Moxley's end. But that is to say, PWI is number one.
Yeah.
Is Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. I started to sense the pattern a little bit. Once we got to like 6, I was like, okay, if this is going the way I think it's going, and then we skipped through 5, made it to 4, got to 3. I was like, yeah, I'm seeing where 1 and 2 are going.
Mm.
Cody at 1 seems very IWC esque. Like
Mm.
that seems like an internet wrestling community consensus pick, or like a super fan pick.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's the right way to say it. I don't know if I'm saying it the right way, but it seems like that's the PG pick. It's a very safe pick for
Mm.
for the journalists and the analysts to say Cody was the wrestler of the year. The man worked nonstop, never really took a break. Well, he did a little bit, but
Mm.
after he lost the belt, but never really took a break. Moved merch, was over with the crowd everywhere he went. I don't think he ever even caught that. I don't ever think he caught a boo. And he does a lot of promotional work. He does a lot of stuff like that. So it's a very safe pick. Now,
Mm.
not to say he had a bad year or anything. He had a great year, phenomenal year. But again, like you said, you could argue somebody else might deserve to be number one as opposed to him. But if we're going off of criteria and the stuff he's done, it's not terrible that Cody's in number one. There could be worse people to have in the number one spot. I think Cody being there is not a bad thing whatsoever. I'm actually pretty happy that it's someone like Cody.
Mm-hmm. I think what Cody does is very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we have to, at our older wrestling age, understand the dynamics of it. You know what I mean? Like, because to me, generally, it doesn't. I see Cody at number one, and I'm like, well, yeah, I feel exactly how you feel. That's the, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the casual wrestling fans pick. That's the, yeah, Cody had the best year, if you say so. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I guess so. I mean, it didn't feel like that. The internet
Mm-hmm.
didn't sound like that, but I guess so. You know? And not to say, like, again, not to say that Cody had a bad year, but just to say that some stories were better than others, and I just felt like stories along with maybe some of the matches and the direction felt a little shaky. It's hard when you have to be this thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
After they take the thing from you too, especially. Which I think really hurt him in the latter parts of the year, but what are you gonna do? It's Cena's last run, man.
Yeah.
So it just I don't know. I felt like he had a rough year, but apparently he's number one. So I mean, and I don't doubt that he's done numbers. I don't know.
Rough 2025.
Rough 2025.
2024,
Mm.
because we got to count that half of
You
2024
gotta count that.
was good. That was the Kevin Owens stuff, and then we got to
You're
where
right.
we at. Yeah,
You're
so
right.
if we, like you said, when with the Kevin Owens stuff, it was great, and then it kind of just took a dip.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess you gotta take it at what it is, man. He had a great 2024. 2025, not so much, but great 2024 by the standards it was going at. Anyway, guys, tell us how you feel. Tell us who's your honorable mentions, who's guys you think should be further up the list. And while you're at it, if you hit the link in the description, you could find us at all of our links. That's Facebook, IG, TikTok. I ain't gonna do the whole spiel for you. This is a dark match, but this has been the PWI's top 10. I have been Stevie Jobber.
I guess I've been Dangerous Duke.
And this has been the Dangerous Jobbers podcast, The Dark Match. Please stay up, stay blessed, and Duke, as always.
Stay dangerous.
Booyah.
It's your boy Stevie Jobber. It's your boy Dangerous Dude. The Dangerous Jobbers podcast.